Hello for all our wine lovers
and book lovers.
This is Wine Sisters Book Club.
Hey, sister. Are you awake?
Pretty close to sleeping, sitting up. That's okay though.
Nikki is a harvest warrior. You are warrioring, if that's a word.
Yes.
What time were you at work this morning?
3 a.m.
A.M.
And it is 3 p.m. and I'm still working.
Happy 12-hour day.
Yeah. Oh, man.
You're going to disintegrate into a puddle of wine. Actually, I think that's what you'll turn into.
Maybe. It's so cute now. Sienna, when we drive past vineyards, she goes, "Oh, are those Papa's vineyards?" Like any vineyard she sees. And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "And Mama works in Papa's vineyards." And I'm like, "Yeah." And she goes, "And you pick grapes?" And she's just like, it's like she's like really working it out in her head. And I'm like, "Yeah, and those grapes turn into wine." And she's like, "And Mama likes wine." And I'm like, yes.
Yes, and Mama likes wine.
And now we've closed the loop. Goes all the way around. Papa owns vineyard. Mama makes wine. Mama drinks wine.
Mama likes wine.
Mama like wine.
That's really cute. Jones, when he had to do one of those things for school where they like tell you they love you, I think it was Father's Day. They said that Jones said that he thought Nate's job was pushing buttons. Because he's in his computer typing all day.
That's so funny. Sienna did one for Nick also, and his was making carrots.
Making carrots?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think now she realizes, she's like, "No, now Dada works with computers."
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, yeah.
So did you ask her about this? Did she think that he physically made the carrots?
We actually don't know where she came up with it. It was like sometimes it would be Dada makes carrots, and sometimes it was that he makes French fries. And so we just went along with it for a while.
He just preps her food. He's the food prepper.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah.
He's like, well, he's cooking, so.
Making French fries connects more logically for me. So now I've tied it all together with that. She's just talking about food preparation.
But like the weirdest thing about the carrots is that like Sienna until recently would not touch a carrot with a 10-foot pole. So I'm like, what do you mean carrots specifically? Why didn't you pick something else?
He makes food she doesn't like.
Yeah. Dada makes the gross stuff.
Dada makes disgusting food for a living because he makes me eat it.
Yes. Yeah. Oh man. Well, now she likes carrots, so things are looking up.
That is a win. That's a major win. I'm excited for Friday is Halloween.
Yes.
We are recording this episode way later than we normally record. I have to literally cut it tonight and get it ready to post.
I know.
For tomorrow.
I know. This has just been a crazy month between like children being ill or traveling for work or traveling for other. It's just not.
And harvest.
Everything. So we're literally recording day before we're supposed to post.
Yeah, which normally we finish the book sometimes even before the month starts because we know we're going to read it and try to like post it or record it mid-month. So we have a little bit of time to get ready. But I gotta tell you, not working on our side this month.
No. Yeah, I know. I feel like also like I just finished this book. Like I finished this book later than I normally would have too.
I finished this book last week.
Yeah.
So it's fresh in my mind. Just finished it. And actually I'm glad. I'm glad that I read it in October because it is witchy, spooky vibes.
Yeah.
So it was meant to be read in October.
Yeah. I am like so tied to my Libby account. And so I just read books as they come on Libby. And this happened to come on October 1st. In Libby. So I was able to consume this book in October as well.
You're just an organized person. I don't have that same. My Libby is a mess. Half the books on there I don't ever remember even putting on the list. I think you probably told me to do it. And I'm like, am I going to read that or not? I don't know. And then nothing is going to come about anytime soon. Like I'm not good at keeping the Libby funnel full of to be reads, TBRs.
See, I'm so good at it. But I read, like, I think I'm at like 150 books so far this year. If I bought every single one of those books, my husband would leave me.
Oh my God. I was buying a lot of books the first year I read. Every one of them, really.
Yeah.
Unless it was Kindle Unlimited.
Yeah.
And yeah, I had a stern talking to, but I didn't read anywhere near that amount. I will say like my reading is slowing down. I don't know. It's interesting. It's like I'm like busier.
Yeah. My reading naturally slows down at the end of the year. Like you just don't have as much time.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like I have as much time. Also, I
Yeah.
have been working longer. Like I'm working
A lot.
more. Yeah. It's just
I know. Well, and being in the last couple weeks, I've had to start going to work a lot earlier than normal. And so I've been in the office at like 3 a.m. most days. And in the office, I mean, out in the field. And I'm usually in my truck because I'm not like, I'll get out and I'll count rows or like try and help if they have something they need solved. But I'm more like supervision in the morning, and so I'm just kind of sitting there listening to audiobooks now. So I'm cranking through audiobooks in this month. I think I've only like read with my eyes 2 books this month, and then the rest have been audiobooks.
I just don't, and that's like I don't crank through audiobooks as easily or as much. So
Well, when you're like trying to stay awake at 3 a.m. in a cold car, you're like, okay.
I have a different line of work than you for sure. My whole day is meetings, so I'm already listening to people, and I'm definitely asleep at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And I have no plans of waking up anytime soon.
Yeah.
Literally
I know.
anytime soon.
Well, I'm actually really annoyed because I canceled my Libby hold for the Academy. And that is, we have like a girls book club here in Livermore, and that's the book that they selected for book club. And I canceled the hold the day before our book club met
Why did you do that?
because I saw one review that I read on Goodreads. I had like the Academy was like 2 weeks out for me or something like that.
Oh my
And
God. I'm like months out. I'm probably going to have to buy it.
I know. Or you could listen to it on Spotify. It's on Spotify. I checked.
I know I'm not the main person. It's a whole thing. But I do have audiobook credits. But again, I don't work through. Sometimes it takes me an entire month to get through an audiobook, and I'm like only halfway through my current audiobook.
Okay. Well, I was 2 weeks out on the Academy on Libby, and I canceled it because I read a review that I was like, I don't know that I'm going to like this book after reading the review. And I didn't want to there's so many things I want to read. Like at the end of the year, I have like this list of things I'd like to get through before the end of the year.
Yeah.
And so because of that, I was like, okay, I'm going to just cancel this one so that when it does come up, I'm not like pressured into reading it. Cause I do feel when a Libby book comes up, I am like,
yeah, it's stressful.
It's
stressful.
stressful.
Like, I got to move things around. I got to make time for this Libby book.
yeah,
I
like,
know.
I want to get through this. And so I canceled it to just like take the pressure off me. And the craziest thing, I put both like a hold on both the physical like Kindle book and the audiobook, and I was 2 weeks out on both of them, and I canceled both of them.
Oh my God. Big mistake.
Huge. But I'll just listen to
Huge.
it audio on Spotify. Thank God for Spotify.
You just said that huge mistake. We honestly, sometimes we do this, but we'll go back and watch Julia Roberts movies, and we just watched.
You and Nate?
Yeah, me and Nate. Like, she's just a classic. Sometimes you just want to like feel good from something and like not have it to be some major motion picture that's going to take 3 hours. You're like, what's a good 1.5 hour movie? And generally they're all older movies because no one makes short movies anymore.
Right.
So we did just watch Pretty Woman the other day, and I'm like, God, I could watch this 1,000 times and never be tired of it.
I love that movie. That is probably the most quoted line that I have out of any movie in the world.
Probably a lot of people. A lot of people would say the same.
Big mistake. Huge.
Huge. Yeah. Anyway, so you just reminded me of it. I think it's like sometimes it gets dark, and I don't know, all of a sudden it's so dark outside. Like this morning I had to drag Jones to school by like his sweatshirt because it was like still dark outside, and he kept telling me that there was no way his school was open because it's dark outside. I'm like, no, it's not. It's just dark this time of year. And I was like trying to explain to him how during fall and winter it's very dark, and then it starts to get lighter in spring, and it's really light in summer.
Yeah.
And so it was interesting explaining that concept to him, and I'm like, so sometimes it feels confusing. Sometimes you feel tired early. Sometimes you feel, and I didn't say this to him, but I'm like, sometimes you feel like sad and lonely when it's dark, and you just need a pick-me-up movie. Like, pretty woman.
Yeah. I honestly love when it's dark like this because my kids have no idea what time it is at any time of day. I could tell them at 7 p.m. that it is way past their bedtime and they would buy it. And I'm like, this is great. Time to go upstairs and read books.
Oh my God.
We are
That is
done.
true. That is so true. He has no idea.
And like this morning, both of my kids slept until like 7:45, which I will say is annoying on a Monday. Like
Oh, sad for you. Oh, boo-hoo. Coming from someone I've never had that happen to me in my life. So-
Yeah.
And I would pay about $1 million to have that happen to me.
Yeah, no, it's annoying on school days though, because then you're like, okay, how do I get them out of the house on time?
Yeah.
Because they just woke up.
Yeah.
And it's annoying right now because like Nick and I are doing this like crazy shuffle. Like I go into work at 3 a.m. Then I come back at 7:15 so he can go to the office, and then I take the kids to school and then go back to work. And it's just like shuffling so much where it's stressful a little bit.
That does sound really stressful. I'm sorry. I will have empathy for your situation, but I would pay $1 million for my kids to like at least sleep till 7. At least. Please. God, please. Nathan and I are always looking at each other like, what did we do? What did we do to somebody in a past life to have children that wake up? Like Jones was sleeping till 7. Now he's up at 6.
But he wouldn't go to school?
Yeah. So as I said, Jones, I said to him, I go, this is what happens when you wake up early. We've been awake for an hour already. It's still dark outside because you woke up early, but now school is open, so you're going to go to school.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, it's 7:30. Time is now. Because we used to, like, for the past, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, he was sleeping in till 7, and we would celebrate it every morning. Like, oh, today's your 5th day of sleeping in until 7.
Yeah.
So every morning he wakes up, he goes, is it 7? Is it 7:30? And now I'm like, no, it's not. It's 6. And he like starts crying. And I'm like, okay, well, do you want to go back to bed? And he starts crying more. And he goes, no, I want to wake up. And I'm like, okay, well, it's still really early. But like he still wants to wake up. So I'm like, okay, all the celebrating we did till 7 o'clock, like none of it matters. It didn't work.
Yeah.
I don't know why his internal clock swings all over the place, and like Remy just wakes up early. She's a freaking mess.
She's a freaking mess.
She is a mess.
That
She's
reminds
a
me
mess.
of those like signs. It's like we've had this many days with no accidents.
Oh, yes,
It's like
that's
back
like
to
that.
0.
I was like, oh my God.
We have had this many days sleeping until 7, 0.
I'm about to put up a sign that says we've had this many days without violence because my kids are starting to fight so much.
Oh,
And
man.
Remy is violent, but she wouldn't understand the signs yet. But like she wants to hurt someone.
I know that. Luca is also like, he doesn't understand his strength. So I totally get that.
I mean, yeah, she's like throwing rocks at Jones's head. I'm like, no. But anyways, this is the life we live.
Yeah.
Well, okay, let's talk about the book.
Okay.
What did you think? Witchy, spooky? Oh,
Well, let's tell. Yeah. So the book was The Bewitching, and it is there's 3 timelines, and it's telling the story of 3 different time periods that are encountering the same type of bewitching, witches, magic, etc. Witchcraft. So it's technically a horror in genre. I've never read a horror. Never read Stephen King. Have you read Stephen King?
no,
Yeah.
I haven't.
So I was like a little bit scared when I started this book because do you want to look at the timestamp? Okay. I was a little bit scared when I started this book because I didn't think that I would like a horror, but I actually didn't think it was that scary.
I didn't think it was scary at all.
Yeah. Like no fear.
It wasn't scary to me. I didn't realize it was a horror, but I guess like people were dying and stuff. I found it to be really challenging to keep track of the 3 timelines, especially because in the recent, like all the timelines were weirdly connected. So sometimes you would be in one era reading about the previous era. You know, like
Yes.
Minerva was reading about Beatrice and Caroline and
Right.
Virginia. I
And
think?
Caroline was in Minerva's timeline.
No.
right? Wasn't it
No,
Caroline?
Minerva is see what I mean? This is, well, I guess she was.
Yeah,
Caroline
she was the
is in Minerva's timeline as an older lady, but we were reading about younger Caroline and Beatrice, and I think, was it Virginia? Who
Virginia, yeah,
Ginny. And so for me, or, it was so confusing because Minerva would go to Caroline's house and then read the notebook, so you would jump back a timeline while still in that chapter.
Yes.
And then you would also the connection between Minerva and her grandmother
or great grandmother or something. Yeah.
In that time so I had a hard time like keeping the cast of characters straight for a little while.
Yeah. Well, so it took me like 50% through the book to realize that all the timelines were connected.
Yeah.
Like I thought that I was reading like 3 separate stories. Like I knew that she was reading about Caroline's story because she said she wanted to go find her because she was friends with Beatrice Tremblay.
Yeah.
Like, so that made sense. But the first timeline with Alba or whatever.
Yeah.
I was so confused. I was like, is this just like a random story of like a similar type of witchcraft, or like what is happening?
Because did they point out the fact that Alba was Minerva's great grandmother or grandmother?
She like mentioned a couple times that her grandmother or her great grandmother told her that like when I was young there were still witches. But that was like all she said, and she said my Nona Alba a couple times. So I think it was just like expecting you to capture the context clues. But I'm like, listen, if you don't lay it out plain for me during harvest, I ain't gonna see it.
Well, I mean, so I think that in the beginning it was taking me a while, and then by the time I, to your point, figured out that everything was related and then what was going on, I kind of like thought that the plot was kind of obvious, or like I figured out like the whodunit of it all felt very obvious to me.
I agree. Like I thought for sure in the first timeline it was obviously her uncle.
Right, because like, everything went wrong when
he
arrived.
As soon as he arrived, everything started going wrong.
Yeah.
In the second and the third timeline, like it wasn't obvious to me in the second timeline that when Caroline was younger, it wasn't obvious to me it was her and her dad until they were having that conversation. Mm-hmm. And whoever heard it, Beatrice Tremblay, like overheard them talking. Like that's when I was like, oh, it's them. Yeah. And then the second or the third timeline pieced together for me. But I thought that she did a good job in her like Minerva's current timeline with like giving you diversions, because like it could have been that one student that was there. It could have been the nephew or the grandson. Oh, do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I just, for some reason, I get what you're saying. I just thought that the timeline's all connected, and to me, and by the way, I don't know if it's Caroline or Carolyn. I'm like, what one was it? I can't remember.
Carolyn Yates.
Okay, so it was Carolyn.
Yeah.
Okay, so
were we going back and forth with that?
We were saying Caroline.
Whatever.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So what I thought was, she married Edgar.
Yes.
Who was Ginny's fiance, who seemed to love Ginny. So one, kind of weird.
Yes.
Two, her company, which folded. Why is it still afloat? And kind of like weird money questions around them. And I just thought something weird is going on here. I didn't like put together that Carolyn would have sponsored all of these young students or people to basically eat them. Or, whatever she's doing at the end of all of this.
Right.
To take
like
their
finding
powers.
Someone with magical blood and then
right, like I didn't dream it up that big, but I was like, she's the evil, like, in the same way that I was like, okay, our Uncle Arturo is the evil of that timeline, Carolyn is the evil of this 2 timeline connections. And I was just sort of waiting for the shoes to drop on it all.
I'm also like in the like I still don't understand what Minerva and Alva drank to make their blood poisoned, but not poison themselves.
Yeah.
Like that part wasn't clear. It was like they needed a way to kill the witch, And so the author just kind of like wrote it in, but like I'm like, whoa.
They like had to burn a painting and put like some other things together. I don't know. Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
It was a little bit odd. What did you think of the author having a romantic situationship between the uncle and Alba?
I do think that in 1908 it was a lot more common than it is now.
Oh.
I don't think that it is particularly wholesome or palatable, but I think
Not recommended.
Not recommended, but I do think that back in the early 1900s, it happened a lot more than what we see today.
Ugh, I hadn't really thought about that. That part like irked me. Like I couldn't like, I was sort of like, what the heck is going on with this storyline?
I can't
like
remember. Was the uncle, what was his name? Arturo?
Arturo.
Who was he related to?
The mom.
The mom. It was the mom's brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which was also the weird part because the mom was there and the uncle is being all like weirdly attached to Alba and like her mom doesn't figure it out. You know what I mean? Like just like weirdness. I don't know. I thought that was bizarre.
Yeah, I agree. It was strange, but I like it didn't like it struck me more as like ew, but not like absurd because I do think in that time period it was more common than we think.
I just was like she couldn't have picked someone else.
He couldn't have been like a step uncle or something.
Yeah, like a family friend who's like an uncle. Like I don't know, I just thought I was like, okay, we're going here. We're getting incestual in this book.
We are.
Okay. I don't know. Do you believe in witches?
I don't know. Sometimes I think about like magic and like the way that these authors can like dream up some of these like crazy realities and all of the lore that comes with like magic. And I'm like, how could someone just think this up? Like if they haven't seen it.
Well, and it sounds like it's like in this book, and again, this book is fake, but I'm sure there is real strange, like there are like real historical.
Right, like lore, like cultural lore that people have passed down through generations. I think like there's something to that.
It's like, how are people medians, or how can people read your hand? Like I know some of like the palm reading might be whatever, a ploy, but maybe some of it's real. Whatever, there, it is like an interesting concept, the like woo woo of it all. It's like, oh, what is real? What is not real? I mean, there was like the Salem witchcraft trials, there's like tons of interesting historical lore, to use your words, around it. And I had never really thought about like, oh, do I think this is real? I guess in my head, I always thought it was fake, but
yeah. Well, I don't know. What so do you think it's real now after this? Did this book convince you?
No, I think to me, I still think it's all fake, but it did make me wonder like, oh, like, I don't know, like, do people have uncanny abilities to do certain things? Maybe. Like, are people extremely spiritual? And like, what does that? Is that magic? Like, I don't know. But I think in the general sense of the term, like, could you burn a painting and drink some potion and like kill the next person who bites your neck or whatever? Like, no, I do not believe in any of that.
Yeah. So how did you feel about like the type of witchcraft that was more like closely related to vampires?
I know the whole thing was weird because it was like about like eating off someone. It is vampire-y. Like they wanted to like feed off this person, like feed off them and then ultimately eat their heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like felt like a power source. I don't know. Like it was, again, like not exciting. It was just like, oh, this is like down and dirty witchcraft, I guess.
Yeah. Did you have a favorite timeline between the three?
Well, I think I was most interested in like Beatrice, Ginny, and Caroline's story because I really didn't like the like uncle, whatever, niece connection that was happening in the other timeline, and it seemed all like bad. And this was more like a disappearance. So yeah, and then I got a little more interested in Minerva's timeline when weird things started happening to her, like when her door was painted with witch marks, when the cat showed up dead. Yeah. And she had the same like rat that was it. You know what I mean? When she started to see some of the like tells them ticks that Beatrice saw, I was like, oh, this is weird. But I was like, it's Carolyn.
Yeah, right. Like, I already know who the witch is.
Carolyn is haunting you.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think that the Ginny and Carolyn and that timeline was like the most interesting. And I liked Minerva's timeline too, but I honestly wish that at the end the nephew was like part of the rescue. Like I wish that he was like breaking the tradition of their family.
Yeah, instead he was kind of a new bad guy.
I know, which is sort of annoying because like what's his deal? And like your grandma killed your dad. Like she killed her own son. Like that's insane.
That whole part was insane.
Yeah.
And yeah, the nephew was strange, and they didn't ever really talk about, you know, what happened with the guy that she kind of had a like crush on, that she was sort of like riding him up all the time. Was his name Connor? I don't remember what his name was, but you know, where she was sort of like, is this guy messing with me? Is he the one who painted my door because I wrote him up? And I'm like, what happened to that guy? This poor guy is just trying to party.
I know.
Trying to party. And this woman, this Minerva, is being the no fun police.
She really is the no fun police.
She is.
Takes her job as a hall marshal very seriously.
Very seriously.
I don't know. RA.
Yeah, I'm like, thank God you weren't my RA.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Well, what did you rate the book?
I think I gave it 4 stars. Like I thought it was really entertaining, and I was pleasantly surprised that I wasn't like very scared.
I gave it 3 stars, and I don't think I would recommend it.
Okay.
I just like, I didn't find it that entertaining.
Yeah. I think I just like liked the tie back to like a historical lore, and
yeah, I'm surprised on this for you.
That I liked it.
Yeah. Because you hate dual timelines. And this was like 3, almost like 4 feeling timelines at once with so many different characters.
Yeah.
It's not your typical.
I think it's because none of the timelines were that long. Like the chapters were really short.
Right. Which for me maybe made it even harder to like keep track of.
Oh, see, that I don't like when I get to a timeline that I don't like and it's a long chapter. Then I'm stuck there. Yeah. So like this was such a fast pace. That I felt like if I got to a timeline I didn't really want to be in, I was out of it in no time at all.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That's fair.
All right.
So what'd you pour me here?
Our wine pairings.
Ooh. I'm going to have a hard time with mine. What?
I was laughing at your face.
I can't even explain. So we haven't been drinking this because, one, I'm exhausted. I just was in Napa all weekend, drinking quite a bit with friends, and Niki is like very sleepy from Harvest. So normally we're enjoying a bit more wine during our podcast, but I was like, today I think all I have in me is the blind tasting. I'm so confused. Okay, Niki.
Is this the Riesling?
What one?
What's it called?
Riverbank?
Riverbank.
Yes.
Okay. My brain. You should hear me at work. I'm like constantly mixing up numbers. Like everything is like backwards when I'm talking. I called Hannah Sienna on a call because I am like starting to lose my marbles. I was doing a blending session with Alec for my 2025 rosé.
Yeah.
And I had 3 glasses in front of me and a spit cup, and I spit into 2 of the 3 glasses instead of my spit cup.
That is foul.
Like I'm literally losing my mind.
So tired.
I'm just so tired.
Okay, well, it is Riverbank Riesling. You got it.
Woo!
I know. I'm like, it's a dry wine, but a little bit sweet. Sort of like the story. Kind of a dry storyline to me with a little bit of intrigue. But I was also like, if you really smell it and really take the time to figure out what's in the glass, it's right there. It's obviously Riesling, which to me was like, it's obviously Carolyn and Arturo. So that's why I picked it. I also really wanted to pick a white and not a red because I just thought it would like go against the grain for an October spooky book, which Niki, you went red. And I'm going to be honest with you. I have no idea. I'm going to guess. I think it's either, it smells like very fruity, but like dark fruit. I feel like it's maybe a little bit of an older vintage.
It is.
It is. Okay. Is it an older vintage of Myriadsville Malbec?
No.
Oh.
But you're close. You've got the brand and you've got the first letter of the varietal.
Merlot?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's the 2020 Merlot.
Oh, wow. It smells really different. You have to smell it. But anyways, I think that is interesting. So you're better at me than blind tastings. I think you are winning the...
Yeah, if we were to count it up. I don't know.
If we've counted up the whole year. I don't know. Well, thanks for doing this with me. You're going to need to take a nap now.
Take a nap. Cheers.
Cheers.